next? I have, gosh darn. Okay, so we do this thing here at the Savannah Comedy Underground. I have a comedian in residence every single month of the year. So local comedian means they get more stage time, means they get to be on this showcase. They also get to headline every single Wednesday night. Yeah, we do comedy here in this basement on a Wednesday night. Did you know that? Now you do. Fucking crazy, right? And this is your comedian in residence for May, originally from Chicago, but now transplanted with us here in Savannah. Give it up for Tamale Sepp!
There you go. I love those two little beeps. They get me excited. I've been in Chicago for so long that when we just communicate with our horns like beep, beep. That means what's up. I'm still here. I'm right here. Little heads up. Little heads up. Little heads up. Shauna was talking about being queer. Girl same. Okay. June is coming up. The entire month of June for queer people is like if Christmas lasted 37,000 days. Packed into 1 month. Kind of like how we have our periods sometimes. Feels the same. That much celebration. Too soon, guys. Too soon. Can you guys hear me over my breasts? Cool. I like to keep them separate, just like the church and state should fucking be. Too soon. Too soon. There's an abortion joke there that I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Just gonna leave it alone. Kind of like how I wish people would do with our bodies. Why can't stop? None of this is even on my stupid little sheet of paper. I'm just fired up and I cannot like keep it off the stage. Kind of like dudes and dick jokes, you know? It's just how it works. You guys ever have a situation where like there's been generosity that became offensive? You ever have that? I encountered that recently. I was hanging out with some friends and oh my god, it was. I was in front of them and I said something like, yeah, you know, blah, 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 you know, important thing, because I'm obviously very smart, and then I said something like, that's bullshit, and then I went, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, and they were like, out of generosity, it just became offensive. They're like, oh, that's fucking okay, motherfucker, I fucking cuss all the fucking time. I'm like, wow, dang, I didn't need all that, you know what I mean? I was just trying to, like, be accountable, right? Unlike most of the men in our country. I can't turn it off. I just can't. I can't. I'm sorry to hear. It's gonna be like this all fucking night. Okay. Like our politicians. Okay. Moving on. Brendan was talking about having he was like, where are the kinksters? And then there were like a few of us that were like, yes! That's who we are. If we're kinky, you know. If you need to know. That's kind of how this works. It's kind of how it works. I'm an extremely competitive person and also kinky, and Scrabble's a goddamn nightmare for me. Because I want to win, but I do not want to have to explain what some mega point words are. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like one time I was playing Scrabble with my boss, and I was like, oh my god, I can totally win this right now. It was like F-U-blank-R-Y. Like I was saying, furry, fits there, fits right there. Furries fit a lot of places, to be honest, but in that particular case, I was like, I could win this thing, but then I'm gonna have to explain to my boss what a furry is. And I had an important choice to make. Luckily, the right to make it was still mine. I can't stop, you guys, I cannot. Oh my god. These are not the tags I wrote today. Another time I was playing Scrabble with my mom, very conservative lady. F-I-S-T-I-N-G. Fit perfectly on the Scrabble board. Could have won. And I'd have to explain to my mother what fisting is. And as the only queer person in my far extended family, I would prefer not to be the educator as well. I won that game of Scrabble. I wanted to say that right now. I was too competitive. I won it. I did. I just told her that's how you catch salmon. She's afraid of the internet, so I'm alright so far. Safe so far. Safe so far. Oh my god. Another time I was playing Scrabble with my cousin, Catholic. very conservative as well. Gracefully, they do not know what Bumpkin is. They still don't, because I lost that game. I lost it on purpose. I did not want to have to crash their world. I did not want to have to crash their world. That was too much for me. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I think they just based, I could have just told them it was like a fucked up pumpkin. They wouldn't believe me. But if the challenge had occurred, I didn't want to have to do that image search. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not what I want to do with my cousin. It's not what I want to do. It's not good. Anybody here ride motorcycles? Yes? You do for us? What do you ride? More than one. Yes! How do you fit all that into shorts, sir? My goodness. Oh, all right. Both Harleys?
One's a Harley, one's a Honda.
Got it. See, now I appreciate that. So you're bi. I got that. I drive a Honda, but I can always tell my Harley dudes because of all of the logos. They're like race car drivers. They're just like Harley, t-shirt, you know, medallion, barrettes. You know, every fucking place they can put a logo for Harley. That's what they do. You obviously are very confident. You do not require that much logo affiliation to be secure in what you're doing. I drive a Honda. I drive a Honda VTX 1300 because I'm a big girl with a lot to prove. Okay. It's super fun. I like it because I like riding motorcycles. It's super new. That's my new thing. That's gonna be on my merch. Super new. It's super cool. And I had this situation happen in Chicago where I came around. There's this stoplight, and I chose to stop for once. I stopped, and there was this guy that came around the corner, and he took one look at me, and he was like, "This is legit what happened, right? You're gonna be my guy, all right? Here we go." Don't tell my mom; she'll get her hopes up. All right. So he came around the corner. I was on my motorcycle at the red light, and he was like this. Would you like a boyfriend? And it was cool. It was actually really great. Ladies, have you ever been catcalled before? Yeah, you've been catcalled. It's a different experience. A catcall is when a guy's like, "Look at me," you know, like congressmen do. So, it wasn't that, right? Like, it wasn't that. I watched a boy become a man, and you don't shit on courage. You know what I mean? You just don't do it. You know what I mean? I just build people up. So I was like, man, I am so gay. I've never felt more motivated to say yes. And that's complex. Because I went through a lot to come out. Like, a lot. It was really hard. Man, it was tough. But I ended up just making eye contact with him, and I was like, oh man, I'm really flattered. But if you see a gal on a bike, chances are good she's not looking for a boyfriend. And then I zoomed away, I chickened out, I ran, I blazed it out. Took off. Let me get out of here on this. You guys are so fun. I love how everybody's being so quiet and listening. This space is really challenging because not everyone is like as polite as all of y'all are being right now. And even our pool players, let's give it up for our pool players. Playing with their balls so quietly. It rarely happens. Because you're being so kind and generous, I feel safe to actually share this with you. I don't share this with a lot of audiences, but I used to actually make my living in the oldest profession in the world. Yeah, agriculture. That's a tough thing. There's a lot of judgment about that. Used to judge dairy cows. Looked at their breasts a lot. Way more than a straight kid would, you know? Should've known I was gay way earlier. But you know, when there's that much boobage to look at, you don't break eye contact. You know what I mean? You do. You get it, sir. You get it. With a mustache like that, you get it. You do. I kind of don't want to end on that, but I'm so fired up about all those jokes I just made. Let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, very cool. So I actually end on this one. You guys have cell phones, right? Relatable. Okay, cool. I updated my cell phone, and I'm super vain, if you can't tell. And I uploaded, I backed up my phone, and I plugged it in, and I was like, oh my god, I got treated to a 10-minute stop motion video of myself, just like all the pictures updating, I'm just watching it, and I couldn't look away. It was just like me doing this. Just that for like 10 minutes. What a treat! I love that, you guys. I'm on the socials at Tamale Rocks. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. And let's get our